Let the Civil War begin.
I'm going to get yelled at for saying this, but princess treatment isn't romantic. It's a socially accepted way to avoid being an adult in a relationship. We have raised generations, including the Disney girls, on love means someone is going to come save you. That's not a partnership. That's just a fucking fantasy. And as a kid, that fantasy might have kept you safe, but now as an adult, you're not dating your mom or dad. You don't need to fantasize about someone coming to get you. In a healthy and secure relationship, no one is anticipating every single one of your needs without you fucking communicating that to them. Because psychologically, it keeps you stuck in arrested development where you continue to act like a child with your partner. You're not growing, you're outsourcing responsibility. What actually builds a healthy and secure relationship? Reciprocal care. Not getting upset with the person that you're on a date with because they dropped you off to go in and check in for your reservation, and you're now seeing that as that's my masculine, he should be doing everything. No, baby, you also need to contribute to the relationship. You might be a princess in your own fucking life, but you're not a princess in everybody else's, and expecting everyone that you date to treat you like that is only going to keep you single longer than you need to be, or you're going to get somebody who is performative and not actually there for true fucking care.
I'm in DC right now visiting one of my good friends, and last night we went out. We were at a rooftop bar, and I interacted with. Is she coming in? I interacted with two women who were clearly drunk and like on something, and one of them was this beautiful black girl, and I think she might have been like maybe in her 20s, 25, maybe 27 tops, and she told me how she feels superior to men, that she's better than men. Like, she was talking so down and negatively about men. And I thought to myself, girl, you really chose the right one today, because I don't agree with your ideologies. I don't agree with your perspectives. And I stand on that. And I don't blindly, like, just go along with girl talk just because it's girl talk. So she expected me to engage with her insults towards men by insulting men as well, or by acting as though I think I'm superior to men. And I'm like, actually, I don't think I'm better than men or worse than men. I think that creates a mental illness. And she was just like trying to get me to be on her side so much. And she eventually she was like, why don't you think like me? Like, what's the deal? And I said, and she's like, I mean, what do you mean? Are you not single? And I was like, actually, I'm not. I'm married and I have a child. And the way she was like, oh, that makes so much sense. And that's when I knew we had a problem. That's when I was like, there's an issue here. I'm seeing the brokenness. I'm like, this is crazy. How do you really come up to me and start talking negatively about men? And then that was wild. And then she brings up her 7-year relationship. And the only reason why she left that 7-year long relationship was because her friend had a bad experience with a man. How are you adopting and taking in like somebody else's experience? Somebody, like, why are you holding on to somebody else's pain? And that's the problem with our world right now, is that so many women are holding on to the pain of their girls friends, right? And the sisterhood, holding on to that pain, carrying it on their own shoulders, and then destroying their relationships. Like, how did you destroy your own relationship? And now you're talking down about men and expecting me to agree with you just because you see me as a woman at a rooftop bar? Baby, no, I have nothing negative to say about men. I'm sorry. Even through my own trauma, and I mentioned that to her. I was like, girl, I've dealt with trauma, and I still don't hate men. I think that God put her in front of me for a reason. God was like, who can minister to this young, broken woman? There's a young, broken woman here in DC that needs some ministry, and like, he literally dropped her right in front of me. She came straight. Literally dropped her. She came right to me. Out of nowhere to me. And I'm like, you chose out of this entire rooftop bar of the hundreds of black women sitting here, you chose me? She had no clue. She had no clue she was going to talk to a girl who was not going to affirm her ideas or affirm her perspective. I was like, girl, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that.
Most women are out of shape in every function you go to. It's just an observation. I actually include myself in this. I'm not in the best shape either. You look around the room and men be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and a lot of them be in shape. Then you look around the room at the women, and the women be in their like 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? Younger women. And most, if not all, the women be out of shape.
Women are naturally hypergamous, which means that they desire a man that's higher up in social status, money, and stature than themselves. Naturally, the higher up the ladder these women go, the fewer men they'll find they're at the top to date. And what they find after a decade or so at their career is that men don't really care about a woman's career success much anyway. In fact, it's been shown in surveys that for men, a woman that's really ambitious or career oriented doesn't factor above traits like beauty, loyalty, and youth. On the flip side though, being resourceful and ambitious is one of the most important traits that women look for in any man. And if you look at this discrepancy, it's clear why over 45% of women are expected to be single career women in the US by 2030. However, the number will be higher than that, mark my words. So why do I call these successful women the new incels? It's simple. Just as there's a class of lonely men today that have no women wanting to sleep with them, there will be a new class of women that are lonely just because there's no man good enough to be in a relationship with them. These are the career women working at high-end law firms or company boards who will yearn for a man that can match up and commit to them. But the twist is they will never find him and they will end up settling.
I'm gonna give y'all the God honest truth. Happy holidays, everyone. Some niggas really don't be broke. Some niggas really just be confused. Cause I be confused. Cause what? Y'all bitches kids is what, about 4 to 8 years old now? 4 to 8 years ago, you posted a twerk video, a picture or something. Your baby father commented and said, and I quote, "Damn, that ass is fat," end quote. And I'm gonna tell you what you bitches did not reply. You didn't reply A, plan a date. You didn't reply B, you gotta take me out, get my hair done before I reply to you. You didn't say none of that. What did y'all bitches say? It's not even that fat, LOL. Then it took that nigga 3 hours and 37 minutes because he said, and I quote, "I don't even do this Instagram shit. Can you just send me your number?" End quote. Then it took that nigga 19 hours to convince you to come to his crib. Then it took that nigga 3 blunts, 2 blunts with grub, but 1 without, and a bottle of, since this is 4 to 8 years ago, Casamigos to get you to fuck. So, back to what I was saying, niggas really don't be broke, they be confused, because why did that nigga do nothing for you, and now I gotta do everything for you? And I know what y'all bitches is gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I can't want to upgrade my life. I don't want better for myself." You should have been wanted better for yourself. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I hate y'all high fake, high sedity bitches think y'all above everybody. Bitch, it took that nigga nothing to get you. Less than 7 days. Less than 72 hours. Niggas don't be broke. They be confused.
Y'all, the comment section on my last video is really wearing me out. Some girl put in the comments, and I'm not going to look for it because there's almost 3,000 of them now, but she said, "Black men hate black women, and you can't convince me otherwise." Honestly, the amount of hatred that some of y'all carry in your hearts is very detrimental to your growth. And listen, I hear you. I'm not here to argue or convince you otherwise. I just want to make my stance very clear. I will die on this hill of supporting black men. The love that I have seen in my comment section over the past 24 hours and almost the 1,000 black men that have followed me since I posted that video, you could never convince me that all black men are against me. You could never. Couple that with the love that I've received in real life because I have always dated black men. Somebody asked me in the comments if I've ever dated a black man. What are you? Stop playing with me. I will never turn on my brothers, my internet brothers, and my actual big brothers in real life. You could never. Now, if you made that choice, that's on you. And we can agree to disagree. But one thing I genuinely pray is that you ladies never have sons and treat them maliciously. I pray they never see the hatred that y'all post online. And I really hope that this is just happening online. I'm not asking you to protect all men on the internet. I'm asking you to recognize that not all men are terrible. That's it. Terrible men will always exist. And some of y'all are waiting until terrible men stop existing before you start caring about men. That's never gonna happen. Start loving on the men in your lives right now, and then maybe they won't grow up to be the type of men that you hate. Anyway, y'all have a great day, because I know I will.
All right, let me say this and then duck real quick. Y'all don't hate average. You just hate average when it comes wrapped in black skin. I said what I said. Don't scroll now. Stay with me. Let's watch this video and then we'll get into it. So let a black man be regular degular, got 9 to 5, flaws like everybody else, and y'all see he's invisible. Y'all be talking about, "I'm not settling, he ain't got it together," or this, that, and the third. But let a white man be wearing wrinkled khakis, haven't washed his hair in fucking 6 months, saying grand rising, and I go with the flow, and y'all be talking about, "Oh, he's just different. I see the potential." What? That ain't standard sits. That's racial comfort and internalized bias. So y'all treat blackness like it has to be excellence to be lovable, but y'all treat whiteness like it's a blank canvas that you can build with. Oh, stay with me now. Black men gotta prove their piece. White men are just assumed peace, even in the chaos. So y'all rather build with a white man not because he's better, but because society already sees him valuable as default. You're not dating up, sis. You're just relaxing your standards for him. Y'all keep saying that you can't find a black man who leads, who loves, who communicates, and this, that, and the third, right? But the truth is, you guys just couldn't be patient with a black man who didn't perform it in the aesthetics that you wanted. Y'all wanted healing wrapped in a beard, Versace, and a 6'3" height, and when that didn't show up, you decided to dip. You didn't choose different, sis. You just picked the same energy and a color that you felt safer to submit to. You want the vibe, but not the weight that it comes with. You say black men don't show up, but y'all don't even let black men show up flawed. Meanwhile, you out here trying to coach Brad into being Malik Jr. and then calling it love. That's not healing, sis. That's hiding. And deep down, y'all know it.
Why do so many East Asian women have white boyfriends? It is the most common interracial pairing in the United States, and honestly, the most judged. Let's unpack. According to census data, East Asian women are more likely than any other women of color to marry outside of their race. And guess who's at the top of that list? Yup. White guys. When you grow up in a Western society, whether consciously or unconsciously, whiteness gets coded as normal, powerful, desirable. White men might be perceived as offering more social capital, financial security, or upward mobility, which might be especially appealing to first or second gen immigrants. But also, lots of East Asian women just happen to fall in love with a white guy. It doesn't have to be that deep. So yeah, some of it's social conditioning, some of it's real connection. But when attraction is shaped by power structures, can anything be just personal?
Please don't come at me and call me a pick-me-sha, because I'm going to defend black men when it comes to this rhetoric that life gets better after you stop dating them. And I'm going to give you two perspectives. One of them I'm going to start with. It's not easy dating a black man because it's not easy being a black man. So it does come with a little bit of this stress and a little bit of struggle because they are a minority. They have been used as a resource by society for generations, and no one empathizes with them. No one cares about them. So when you're in partnership with them, it might come with a little bit of struggle. Same thing with just waking up as a person of color in America. It comes with a little bit of a gray shadow above it. So yes, you might feel happier when you get away from them. But that's probably because you're not seeing them for who they are. And that's just being an empathetic human, especially. So if you're just using them like everyone else uses a black man, then maybe you might not be happy. But if you appreciate them and water them and love them and see them for who they are, that they might come with a little bit of shadow because of what society has put on them, then you won't experience so much unhappiness. That's just my take. And then the second thing I wanted to say was everyone uses black men. The sports industry uses their bodies. You know, they are fetishized so much. Like, I live in Manhattan where black men are a minority. I'm a minority too, a majority of Manhattan. It's a very diverse place, but it's majority white. Because they're the only ones, like, you know, it's a very expensive place to live. And everyone dates black men. Asian girls, brown girls, like, they are wanted and desired by every single race. But who is actually caring about them? Like, who's actually seeing them as more than just their bodies? You know, and I think this can, so because I'm empathic and I talk to them, they can grow some resentment towards society, you know? And then everyone's a mirror. So if maybe you experience like a black man treating you badly, and you're taking it as treating you badly, but maybe he's just resenting who he is because he can never change it. You know, I've dated black men and been around black men who even say like, oh my God, you're just like saying that I'm so lucky just for my skin color, because it's like it could be white passing. And I don't take that personally. Like, that's just them saying like, I wish I just had a little bit of an easier life. And this easiness would just come from me looking different. So yeah, just just stay away from them, or like just find one and then love them, and I'm sure you'll have a great life. Bye.
You look happier. Thanks. I stopped dating black men. Let's talk about it. And I've written down some of the comments that I saw underneath the post. No one hates us more than black men. So the white men that lynched us, raped us, ate us, put in literacy tests so that we couldn't vote, etc. They somehow hate us less than black men do. I know you don't even believe that yourself. Black men don't think about settling down until they have 38 baby mamas. If I closed my eyes and didn't look at the profile picture of that person who made that comment, I would assume it was a white dude. Honestly, I feel the same way, and I'm a Latina. White guys are just better. And now y'all got fucking women of other races joining in on this shit too. Where's my white king? I'm tired of being in the trenches. I avoid dating black men because I don't want to be on welfare. What's wrong with black men? Everything. Y'all sound like skinheads. Y'all sound like neo-Nazi, Aryan, fucking KKK members. If you have preferences, okay, whatever. Like, if you want to date white guys, that's fine. You don't have to sound like a Ku Klux Klan member while you're doing it. Like, you really don't have to. It's just so sad because a lot of this really comes down to self-hatred and how a lot of black people have trauma that they really haven't unpacked. And for whatever reason, they think that the solution to this is to date white people. I'm sorry, that's really fucking stupid. People can suck equally. There's black men that are great. There's black men that suck. There's white men that are great. There's white men that suck. I don't think that's rocket science. I don't think generalizing any group of people is fair. I don't care how bitter you are. I don't think it's fair to generalize all black men just because you've had multiple bad experiences. I don't think that's fair. I kind of just think of it like this. We don't like it when white people generalize us as a whole. So, like, why would we do that to each other? It's just really disheartening. Like, every time I see one of those posts, I consistently click not interested, but I don't know what type of algorithm that these social media apps are trying to create where, like, they're pushing that content. But it's just so disheartening seeing, like, posts about, like, black men and black women hating each other. I don't want to see that. It sucks because this is such a long conversation. I can make this video like 30 minutes. But yeah, y'all sound weird. Like, y'all sound like white hoods. Like, and I think it's even more sad because there was people in the comments saying, like, hey, you really shouldn't say this about black men, or like, oh, well, I love black men. And y'all are calling them pick-me's. I suppose. It's giving CIA agenda. Like, y'all, it's really weird. Like, can we stop talking like this? Please.
What top tier? Your dick is not equal to my fucking pussies. Point blank period.
His dick ain't equal to your fucking bills neither.
God damn. Look, at the end of the day, I ain't
them bills got your name on it. They don't have his dick name on it.
At the end of the day, I ain't fucking no broke ass nigga. Do what you want with your pussy.
Yeah, you don't have to fuck no broke ass nigga.
Straight up.
Look, you can fuck a nigga that ain't broke. That's not a problem. But just because he ain't paying your bills, don't mean he fucking broke. That mean it ain't his goddamn responsibility. Your bills got your name on it. It don't have his dick name on it.
Okay, you're right. I land my plane.
You see how that mouth tighten up?
He's right, you know.
And that was nearly 20 minutes of the Civil War. Oh boy. Oh man. Y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. My background might get a little noisy because we are going to be on the road. Right? Yeah. So I wanted to play those clips for y'all. Shout out to Saint Cyr who emailed me some stuff of black women responding to the videos that I played earlier on today, of black women just saying, you know, you seem happier. Yeah, I stopped dating black men. And so you saw what they had to say. Yes, that was a Latina. She gives me what's her name? Pebbles? She gave me early Mariah Carey. Like mid-90s Mariah Carey, like not early 90s, but like mid-ish 90s Mariah Carey. And like, is her name Pebbles? I think her name was Pebbles. Her name's Pebbles. Vibes, right? Her look actually, um, clearly sound like a Latina to Z. But with that, so yeah, so you saw that and you saw a darker skinned sister that pretty much said like this is giving, a COINTELPRO vibe. She said CIA vibes. I say COINTELPRO vibes. And that's exactly what it's giving Z. It's giving. Um, so yeah, that is the vibe. That is the vibe. Um, so yeah, y'all. Um, let the Civil War commence. Let the Civil War start. It's needed, right? You have these wayward ass women. You have women that are angry at the world that they can't have the type of man they want, so they go around Tasmanian deviling the entire community, black community, and then you have non-black women, right, who are also assisting in this, right? And Joe says, Ku Klux Keisha vibe, say that, right? And that is something that we're continuing with. It's these bad actors being, well, bad actors, right? These bad actors being bad actors. And I do think you're going to have black women who are over it. They're done with it, right? Because it's their image. And it's not just their image amongst black men, it's their image amongst men. And to be frank with you, amongst other non-black women. That's why you black women, you created the environment where non-black women are bold enough to say, yeah, black men don't belong to you, which they're right about, but number one. But number two, to say it with their chest, yeah, you created that environment. You can't have a Chrissy, now Crystalline Kerosene then turn a new leaf. That's what it's looking like. But you can't have a Chrissy, a Crystalline Kerosene, a divested zealot, a Real Talk with Yanni, a Paris Milan, a Cynthia G, a hashtag black women, and then be so bold, right? And then be so bold, and then to think that white women are not going to say, yeah, they don't belong to you, black men don't belong to you. What else is she supposed to say? What else is she supposed to believe? Huh? Black women, you created that environment. Huh? You forgot what country you were in. Oh wait, actually, you didn't forget what country you were in. That's what the whole appeal to white men is about, see? They just thought it would work this time. This Nazi-ass language, they thought it would work. And clearly not. Huh? Yikes. So you see how women are responding. They're over it. They're absolutely over it. And it is giving COINTELPRO vibes. It is. Now, does this mean that we're going to continue to see this over and over again? Nah, Z don't think so. I don't think it's changed. I don't think everything's going to change. Not yet. It's not bad enough yet, to be honest with you. These people just happen to be on the cutting edge, right? These women are just on the cutting edge, and they're letting you know, hey, I'm not rocking with you. Hey, whatever happened, save me. I don't agree with these women. Nope, not me. I'm not in agreement. I hear you, ladies. I hear you. Huh? Y'all give Z a second. I'll make this turn. Let's see. Nope, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Oh no, actually will happen if you would hurry your ass. Sometime this century, please and thank you. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Let's get the hell away from you. Welcome to Self Mode, everyone. Okay, continuing. So yeah, no, this is good. How Jason Black says it, this is good. This is good. And somebody in the comments said it took them long enough. Eh, I don't think it really started. I think this is just one of the first few comments because the environment is pushing for this. Women, namely black women, got to enjoy their time in the sun for a couple of decades, for a few decades. Huh? And what does that time in the sun entail? Just being mean, antagonistic, rude assholes, spoiled brats in grown women's bodies. Huh? Little materialistic consumerist brats. Huh? And the environment is changing, and you see some women who see that the environment is changing, and they're saying, hey, we can't move like how we used to. Huh? And thank you for that, Detro. And Detro says, give the man a like. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And thank you for that, Detro. Right? Let's read that right now while we still have the chance. And JD says, thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. JD says, Kingpin went too far. Now she sees her daughters most likely get a mate. They don't understand that the next generation always pays. And yeah, and you heard what the sister said. Let me actually see if I can hurry up and play that clip before this turns green. And here you go.
Women are naturally hypergamous, which means that they desire a man that's higher up in social status, money, and stature than themselves. Naturally, the higher up the ladder these women go, the fewer men they'll find they're at the top to date. And what they find after a decade or so at their career is that men don't really care about a woman's career success much anyway. In fact, it's been shown in surveys that for men, a woman that's really ambitious or career oriented doesn't factor above traits like beauty, loyalty, and youth. On the flip side, though, being resourceful and ambitious is one of the most important traits that women look for in any man. And if you look at this discrepancy, it's clear why over 45% of women are expected to be single career women in the US by 2030. However, the number will be higher than that, mark my words. So why do I call these successful women the new incels? It's simple. Just as there's a class of lonely men today that have no women wanting to sleep with them, there will be a new class of women that are lonely just because there's no man good enough to be in a relationship with them. These are the career women working at high-end law firms or company boards who will yearn for a man that can match up and commit to them. But the twist is they will never find him and they will end up settling.
You heard what she said. So first she cited the she didn't actually say the name, but she cited the what was it, Morgan Stanley? The Morgan Stanley report about how many single women there are going to be. And she said, I think there's going to be more. And it's not that they can't find men, it's that they can't find men that they feel are on their level or above. And there you go. Huh? And thank you for the super chat, JD. Thank you for the super chat. Huh? And going to what you're saying, and that's why I brought that up. We already hear how Gen Z sound. If I'm not mistaken, I think her eldest is a Gen Z. Huh? I think Crystal and Karazin's eldest is a Gen Z. And I'm not sure about the others. They might be some either Gen Z or Alpha. They're probably all Gen Z. But I think she said her son was 17 a couple years ago. So yeah, he's probably Gen Z also. And he knows about Andrew Tate. Huh? Crystal and Garrison helped to create that environment. She helped to create that environment. She gonna have to eat that. Huh? She gonna have to eat that. That's all that is. Just desserts. Huh? There's a lot of wayward women and a lot of in particular wayward black women. And I agree with you, JD. Their children are gonna see this and have to feel this. The ladies help to create and foster this environment, and their daughters and some of their sons are going to have to feel this. The war is mainly because the environment's changing. The environment's changing, and rightfully so. We could only be antagonistic to the men for so long, and when you had America is without any real rival or peer, in a neoliberal society, flush with cash, no real rival, no real ideological challengers or challengers ideologically. Soviet Union crumble, huh? No China, not where it is now. Yeah, you could talk like that, huh? Yeah, you could talk like that when America didn't have to worry about China competing against China. Come on, man. My apologies, y'all. Just wonder who the hell give these people light. Like, why are you even on the road? My apologies, everyone. But yeah, so you wonder. Y'all thought this was supposed to go on forever? Y'all thought this was supposed to go on forever? And how is that looking exactly? Huh? It's not. It wasn't sustainable. It was never going to last forever. And so we're here now. You know, y'all notice there's a bunch of young-ish women. I think there was only the white woman that spoke about princess treatment that might have been a bit more seasoned. But everyone else was young-ish. Yeah. Because the ladies have to live in the environment that their foremothers created. And many of them hate it. They're not Real Talk with Yanni. They're not Paris Milan. Paris Milan married. Y'all haven't heard from her. She living her best life. She got the money and she dipped. Huh? Yeah, we know about the exoticals and all of that, but she got her money and she dipped out of here. Huh? God knows how much money Paris Milan earned off of YouTube over the past few years. Started her business, got out of here. Huh? And we're here. Huh? Young women are the ones who are going to have to live in the environment with apathetic, despondent, indifferent men. The young women are the ones that's going to have to live in that environment. And the Kim Fosters will tell them nothing. Huh? The Khadijahs will tell them nothing. They won't tell them, hey, this is the environment we wanted for you. Huh? Yikes. Huh? The young women are the ones who's going to have to live in that environment. Y'all see the videos, the young women screaming now. They're going to the bars. The men are not there. The men that are there aren't trying to talk to them, aren't trying to approach, definitely not trying to flirt. Huh? Yikes. Huh? The video I play of the Latina in the restaurant, and it's nothing but women in the restaurant. Yeah, what you thought? More and more women that do go to mixers and speed dating events and matchmaking events Realizing that the men aren't showing up. The men you don't want aren't even showing up. Ooh. Imagine you live in a world where the men you're not even attracted to, or forget the men you would settle for, and forget the men you truly, truly, highly desire. The men you don't even want aren't showing up. Yes, the environment is that toxic, ladies. Yes, you help to make the environment that toxic. So yes, a civil war is about do. It's about do. Rightfully so. Right? Rightfully so. And it's not going to be easy. The Kim Fosters have a lot of resources and a lot of connections. Shout out to Louis, Red Pill Sleeper Cell. If y'all check out, I think one of his most recent videos that he posted is from a conversation on Clubhouse. And these folks were talking about Dr. Tommy Curry. And they were plotting on Tommy Curry. Dr. Tommy Curry, excuse me. Huh? So it's not going to be easy. So you have a few months ago, FD Signifier speaking of consciously, and he sounded every bit consciously sounded like he really wanted to put hands on Dr. Tommy Curry. As a matter of fact, he actually did say it. Huh? Then you have these folks on Clubhouse plotting against Dr. Tommy Curry. Huh? Of course. Huh? Of course. Huh? Ford Focus ST, you guys, for those of you that want to know. Mr. Z's behind a Ford Focus ST with a aftermarket exhaust. He got the mud flaps, got some aftermarket wheels. He's lowered. Yeah, okay, got the yellow fogs. Okay, doing his thing. All right, And there you go. I mean, if you Ford Focus ST is not bad. Definitely ain't cost as much as an RS when they first came out. Right. But yeah, the Civil War is overdue. Not gonna be easy for the ladies, but oh well. Y'all should have nipped this in the bud decades ago. When it popped up online, you should have nipped this in the bud over a decade ago. Y'all should have been killed this. Huh? But too many of you entertained it because too many of you agreed in secret. And we're here now. And now you and your daughters are going to have to feel that cold, cold embrace of loneliness and of a lack of stability and not having a man. And watching men enjoy the little things in life. Playing video games. BSing with friends. Taking trips overseas to go have some fun. Uh-oh. Huh? Huh? The women should have been holding other women accountable and saying to them what it's going to cost them. And with all the women that said, I don't care, I'm okay with being single, make them mean it. Remind them of that years later when they're crying in their pillow. And JL West says, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. He says, supporting the stream. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Right. Talking about that. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Yeah. I continue. That lets you know I am not about torturing Z. Now, you know you lied. Torturing my subscribers because I keep on Z. You know you lied. I keep on forgetting to get the dial-up tone thing. Right? The old school dial-up tone. Gen Z don't know nothing about it. The old school dial-up tone when my likes ratio is low. Charles said it's music to his ears. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what the issue is. All right. My apologies, y'all. We on the road, so y'all already know. Oh boy. You decided to transport this at this time, and you got the emergency lights on, and now I'm kind of stuck behind you. No, now I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not. All right. Yeah, let's not do that. Right? And I actually want to play that princess treatment thing because she says a lot here that we can unpack. Give me a second.
I'm going to get yelled at for saying this, but princess treatment isn't romantic. It's a socially accepted way to avoid being an adult in a relationship. We have raised generations, including the Disney girls, on love.
A socially acceptable way of not being an adult in a relationship. And I know I've spoke on this before, but we really got to stress this. It's a different time. We don't know who's listening, who wasn't listening before, who didn't catch the stream on the replay. Huh? Say it again, lady. Say it again.
I'm going to get yelled at for saying this, but princess treatment isn't romantic. It's a socially accepted way to avoid being an adult in a relationship. We have raised
socially accepted way of not being an adult in a relationship. Shout out to all the women stressing, I want a princess treatment. You want to be treated like a child. Except we can't give you a pow-pow. Well, not all the time anyway. Continuing.
I'm going to get yelled at for saying this, but princess treatment isn't romantic. It's a socially accepted way to avoid being an adult in a relationship. We have raised generations, including the Disney girls, on love means someone is going to come save you. That's not a partnership. That's just a fucking fantasy. And as a kid, that fantasy might have kept you safe, but now as an adult, you're not dating your mom or dad. You don't need to fantasize about someone coming to get you. In a healthy and secure relationship, no one is anticipating every single one of your needs without you fucking communicating that to them. Because psychologically, it keeps you stuck in arrested development where you continue to act like a child with your partner. You're not growing, you're outsourcing responsibility. What actually builds a healthy and secure relationship? Reciprocal care. Not getting upset with the person that you're on a date with because they dropped you off to go in and check into.
Wait, let's address that. Reciprocal care. Travesty. Sacrilege. Not reciprocal care. Lady, what are you, on drugs? These women ain't doing no reciprocal care. They said transaction. And the transaction is you pay her for her presence. And if she wants, she'll slop some vagina on the table for you because you ain't the preference. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? Yikes. Continuing.
I'm going to get yelled at for saying this, but princess treatment isn't romantic. It's a socially accepted way to avoid being an adult in a relationship. We have raised generations, including the Disney girls, on love means someone is going to come save you. That's not a partnership. That's just a fucking fantasy. And as a kid, that fantasy might have kept you safe, but now as an adult, you're not dating your mom or dad. You don't need to fantasize about someone coming to get you. In a healthy and secure relationship, no one is anticipating every single one of your needs without you fucking communicating that to them. Because psychologically, it keeps you stuck in arrested development where you continue to act like a child with your partner. You're not growing, you're outsourcing responsibility. What actually builds a healthy and secure relationship? Reciprocal care. Not getting upset with the person that you're on a date with because they dropped you off to go in and check into for your reservation and you're now seeing that as that's my masculine, he should be doing everything. No, baby, you also need to contribute to the relationship. You might be a princess in your own fucking life, but you're not a princess in everybody else's, and expecting everyone that you date to treat you like that is only going to keep you single longer than you need to be, or you're going to get somebody who is performative and not actually there for true fucking care.
I said this the first time. Let me say it again, ma'am. You're dealing with women who are okay with with a man being performative if he's providing the resources. She is perfectly okay with the performative man if his wallet is fat enough or if he's spending enough. Maybe if he's good looking and tall enough, they'll definitely go for that. But yeah, they heard you say that and they were like, and the problem is, huh? Exactly. Outsourcing responsibility to someone else. Yeah. And that's what it is. And okay, fine. Okay, fine. Let's say the ladies are outsourcing the responsibility to someone else, to their man. Huh? Okay, that's not the end of the world. What does he get for that though? Huh? All right, fine. You're outsourcing the responsibility of certain tasks, some emotional labor, huh? Something that might be physically strenuous. You're outsourcing that to him. Okay, fine. And he gets for that what exactly? Especially in this environment where the women tore the social contract to shreds, what exactly does he get for that?
You will put other people in this organization at risk, and that organization does not want to take that risk. So you do not have this job anymore if you decline it. With any public health decision, there has to be a consequence to you not participating in that social contract.
Yikes, did y'all hear that, ladies? Huh? And that wasn't the funny one. The funny one was the hood sister. She sounded like she from the Northeast somewhere. She definitely sounded like New York. And she ran down the scenario. I was about to say scenario. Huh? Here you go.
I'm gonna give y'all the God honest truth. Happy holidays, everyone. Some niggas really don't be broke. Some niggas really just be confused. Cause I'd be confused. Cause what? Y'all bitches kids is what, about 4 to 8 years old now? 4 to 8 years ago, you posted a twerk video, a picture or something. Your baby father commented and said, and I quote, "Damn, that ass is fat," end quote. And I'm gonna tell you what you bitches did not reply. You didn't reply A, plan a date. You didn't reply B, you gotta take me out, get my hair done before I reply to you. You didn't say none of that. What did y'all bitches say? It's not even that fat, LOL. Then it took that nigga 3 hours and 37 minutes because he said, and I quote, "I don't even do this Instagram shit. Can you just send me your number?" End quote. Then it took that nigga 19 hours to convince you to come to his crib. Then it took that nigga 3 blunts, 2 blunts with grabber, 1 without, and a bottle of, since this is 4 to 8 years ago, Casamigos to get you to fuck. So, back to what I was saying, niggas really don't be broke, they be confused, because why did that nigga do nothing for you, and now I gotta do everything for you? And I know what y'all bitches is gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I can't want to upgrade my life. I don't want better for myself." You should have been wanted better for yourself. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I hate y'all high sedity bitches think y'all above everybody. Bitch, it took that nigga nothing to get you. Less than 7 days. Less than 72 hours. Niggas don't be broke. They be confused.
And there you go. She played out the scenario of how your baby daddy, and sometimes it's not your baby daddy, your ex-husband, your ex-boyfriend, really not your ex-husband. Z, what did you just say? True. Your baby daddy or your ex-boyfriend or situationship, it's probably situationship. Z, if you're gonna be honest, it's situationship. You're right. Your F buddy, there you go, Z. Now you're getting it. Huh? What he had to do to get the vagina. Now the next guy, you gonna make him run through hoops. And you ain't really lusting after him like that too. Ooh, goddamn Z. Ooh, stop saying that. Huh? Well, true. True, and Trell says, "Nah, just a Negro," she piped. Say that. Huh? Black Woman says, "Sounds like she is being autobiographical." And he also says, "Looks like it too." Oh no. So you saying she's not only checking other women, other black women, she's checking herself? She's telling you, she's not giving you a story that she heard, she's giving you a story that she lived? Oh man. Huh? It was been time for women to hold other women accountable. Or to tell them that they're going the wrong direction. or to say to them, hey, you met the right one today because I'm not the one. I'm not going along with your rah rah rah. These men ain't ish rah rah rah.
So I'm in DC right now visiting one of my good friends, and last night we went out. We were at a rooftop bar, and I interacted with. Is she coming in? I interacted with two women who were clearly drunk and like on something, and one of them was this beautiful black girl, and I think she might have been like maybe in her 20s, 25, maybe 27 tops, and she told me how she feels superior to men, that she's better than men. Like, she was talking so down and negatively about men. And I thought to myself, girl, you really chose the right one today, because I don't agree with your ideologies. I don't agree with your perspectives. And I stand on that. And I don't blindly, like, just go along with girl talk just because it's girl talk. So she expected me to engage with her insults towards men by insulting men as well, or by acting as though I think I'm superior to men. And I'm like, actually, I don't think I'm better than men or worse than men. I think that creates a mental illness. And she was just like trying to get me to be on her side so much. And she eventually she was like, why don't you think like me? Like, what's the deal? And I said, and she's like, I mean, what do you mean? Are you not single? And I was like, actually, I'm not. I'm married and I have a child. And the way she was like, oh, that makes so much sense. And that's when I knew we had a problem. That's when I was like, there's an issue here. I'm seeing the brokenness. I'm like, this is crazy. How do you really come up to me and start talking negatively about men? And then that was wild. And then she brings up her 7-year relationship. And the only reason why she left that 7-year long relationship was because her friend had a bad experience with a man. How are you adopting and taking in like somebody else's experience? Somebody, like, why are you holding on to somebody else's pain? And that's the problem with our world right now, is that so many women are holding on to the pain of their girls friends, right? And the sisterhood, holding on to that pain, carrying it on their own shoulders, and then destroying their relationships. Like, how did you destroy your own relationship? And now you're talking down about men and expecting me to agree with you just because you see me as a woman at a rooftop bar? Baby, no, I have nothing negative to say about men. I'm sorry. Even through my own trauma, and I mentioned that to her. I was like, girl, I've dealt with trauma, and I still don't hate men. I think that God put her in front of me for a reason. God was like, who can minister to this young, broken woman? There's a young, broken woman here in DC that needs some ministry, and like, he literally dropped her right in front of me. She came straight. Literally dropped her. She came right to me. Out of nowhere to me. And I'm like, you chose out of this entire rooftop bar of the hundreds of black women sitting here, you chose me? She had no clue. She had no clue she was going to talk to a girl who was not going to affirm her ideas or affirm her perspective. I was like, girl, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that.
Did or did not Z say? Did or did not Z say the way the women communicate with each other is like Pokemon? Men ain't ish, men ain't ish, men ain't ish, men ain't ish, men ain't ish. They sound like the men ain't ish Pokemon. That's what they are. Huh? They say their name. Their name isn't Becky or Kim or Brenda or huh? No, it's men ain't ish. That's how they speak. And that is what this young lady just told you. That the other lady expected her to co-sign the BS. Of course she did. Of course she did. Huh? And if she would have went to another black woman, they would have been sitting there sipping on whatever drink, giving their quote unquote war stories, and quote unquote affirming each other's experiences with 8-ish black men. You better believe it. Huh? You better believe it. She just so happened to run into this young lady, and she was like, yeah, I'm not the one. I don't hate men. I don't hate black men. Ugh. Huh? Yikes. Huh? Black Guru says she will be sounding like that after she divorced her black husband and blame it all on him. Oh no. Well, as for now, As for now, she's not on that, right? And it's gotten so bad where you have women who are saying they even need to get their weight together, their fitness together, speaking about how the men they see are 30 and 40 some odd and they're fit, and the women are in their 20s and 30s and they're not
Most
fit.
women are out of shape in every function you go to. It's just an observation. I actually include myself in this. Most women are out of shape in every function you go to. It's just an observation. I actually include myself in this. I'm not in the best shape either. You look around the room and men be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and a lot of them be in shape. Then you look around the room at the women, and the women be in their like 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? Younger women. And most, if not all, the women be out of shape.
Well, technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I don't know what happened, but that just ended in a way I did not expect. Let's see if we can get that again. I don't know what happened with that, everyone. I do not know. Let's try that one more
Most
again.
women are out of shape in every function you go to. It's just an observation. I actually include myself in this. I'm not in the best shape either. You look around the room and men be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and a lot of them be in shape. Then you look around the room at the women, and the women be in their like 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? Younger women. And most, if not all, the women be out of shape.
Not the black woman saying that we out of shape. What world are we living in? What world are we living in where black women are just openly saying, yeah, we messing up. Yeah, we out of shape. I don't know what we got going, but we out of shape. Not the truth. Not and not being honest and saying the men are in shape and we're not. Oh no. That's not supposed to happen. That's definitely not supposed to happen. Huh? And y'all gives you a second. I'm kind of in a dead zone. Y'all gives you a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. Okay, and we're back. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me get one in the chat if you guys can hear me well. Did you hear what the young lady said? She's at spots in the 40 some odd year old men are fit and the 20 some odd year old women are not. That's a problem. And then here comes someone who's going to speak about the high fruit corn syrup, whatever the hell, and how it interacts with the black body and how black women don't have the time to exercise. Huh? Instead of just being honest and being like black women don't think or feel like they should have to invest in their diet and in fitness. Because in their mind, some black man is gonna go anyway. Ooh. Huh? Some black man gonna sign up for it anyway. Huh? Aren't black women among the most overweight of any demographic? Aren't they like number one? That's not something to be indifferent about, and that's definitely not something to dismiss. Huh? And you heard her. She says she's not in the best shape either. So we even have black women that are like, okay, you know what we doing too much. We taking this too far. You know it's bad when a black woman saying, "All right, look, we do a little too much. We're taking it a little too far."
Most women are out of shape in every function you go to. It's just an observation. I actually include myself in this. I'm not in the best shape either. You look around the room and men be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and a lot of them be in shape. Then you look around the room at the women, and the women be in their like 20s and 30s. You know what I'm saying? Younger women. And most, if not all, the women be out of shape.
Ah, huh? I gotta read this one now. Where did it go? Here we go. And Eurytus? Am I, brother? You gotta spell it out for me, phonically, please and thank you. And the brother says the men ain't ish. Pokemon stands defiant. I throw a Pokeball, Balamuccio. I choose you. Hysterical. I got you. I got you. we we rather be chilling with Balamuccio, the pet ant, right? Squad.
So where are the men? Where do y'all hang out? If you don't go to coffee...
I have been watching this colony of ants for maybe the last 30 minutes. I've even given them names, life stories. That's Barlamuccio. He's always been a loner. And if you sit and watch Barlamuccio for about 30 minutes, you'll notice, see, he just quick to pass off. He is his own ant. And notice how he's a lot bigger than a lot of the other ones as well. Oh, Barlamuccio, I will miss you, because I won't realize which one you are after this interaction.
And thus ended the tale of Barlamuccio. Good old Barlamuccio.
I mean, if black men are supposed to be ants, right? We might as well embrace it. Huh? Use Barlamuccio as the Black Manosphere's mascot. There you go. Huh? All hail Barlamuccio. And yeah, Excalibur says, all hail Barlamuccio. You hear me? So it is do they even have an ant Pokemon? I think they do. I don't remember. It's been a while. But if that is what society sees black men as, definitely this matriarchal, gynocratic led and run quote unquote community, then so be it. I'll be that. And brother, thank you for the super chat. Once again, thank you for the super chat. Terrell says, good old Barlamuccio. You hear me? And going to what the young lady was saying, what's the average weight for black women? Some 186 or 189, 5'4", 5'5", 186, 189 pounds. And for other women, average weight is what was it, 169 or something like that? 167, 5'4", something like that, right? Aritas, okay. I said you're okay, so I was a little off. Aritas, okay. I got you. And Minister O says 165. So your average woman is 165. What was it? 5'4"? 5'4", 165. Black women are what? 5'4", 5'5", 186 or 189 or something along those lines, right? Let the Civil War begin. Let other women start calling other women out about their weight and their fitness, namely black women. Huh? Yikes. Rightfully so. What's the next one, Z? What's the next one? Really, this is the one that I think ties it all in. Um, Especially for this weirdo thing. Once again, I said this, it's like once a month some weird trend happens, and I agree with her at the end when she says it's giving CIA. Um, Once a month, you have some weird trend of black women begging and pleading for non-black men, or black women who are in whatever situation they are in currently with a white man, attempting to show him off in a way that is supposed to be antagonizing to black men, right?
You look happier. Thanks. I stopped dating black men. Let's talk about it. And I've written down some of the comments that I saw underneath the post. No one hates us more than black men. So the white men that lynched us, raped us, ate us.
You know what? Before we even finish that, because I gotta address this comment now, and that's exactly what she did say. And Mr. O says, but Z, the diets just don't work the same for black women, Miss Cooper. Yes, Brittany Cooper, Professor Crunk, for those of you that don't know, she did say that. Yes, she did. If you ever see her on a panel, you ever see her on stage, it's man, I'm trying not to insult. Um, it's crazy watching her and seeing her on stage next to other women who made themselves not necessarily be slim either. It's when you see that lady sitting down, when you see her walking, when you see it's crazy. And yes, she did say that. And to be fair to you, Mr. Z, that's the one thing I'm at a loss for words when a woman starts saying that, when a black woman starts saying that, I don't even know how to respond to that. For you to go that far to excuse what's going on with you in your diet, in your fitness, in your weight, and how did you let it get that far? Right? And you know what Obsidian said about Ace Metaphor, that's the one thing that Ace Metaphor said he will not do. He won't address black women's weight. He just refuses. Same thing with Crystalline Karazin. Crystalline Karazin, same thing. Whenever she mentions black women's weight, she knows it's going to be a war. Huh? Yikes. Hey, Cyrus, I'm saying though, it, they look like they could be related. I ain't gonna highlight it. I'm just saying. Huh? They look like they could be related. Just saying. Just saying. Huh? So yeah, no, it really is an issue. And Chaos says black women are 5'3", more than 5'4". Z. Okay, okay. Huh? Oh, he said it is Eurydice. Okay, all right. So I did say it the right way the first time. Oh, look at Z. Okay, good to know that I could pass I don't know, a second grade spelling bee, maybe. Uh, and Eurydice says, And thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Big back attack. Barlomuccio dodges. He's continuing with the Pokemon theme. He says, big back attack. Barlomuccio dodges. Barlomuccio Luther Burger attack. Big back is sleeping. Hysterical. Not Snorlax. Oh, man, Mr. Z just thought about Snorlax and Professor Brittany Cooper. Oh, boy. I'm not going to get that image out of my head anytime soon. Oh. Oh, man. Everyone who knows a little bit about Pokemon is dying right now. Eurydice, I think you set me up. I think you set me up. Now, you set me up, Eurydice. I think you just set me up. Brittany Cooper and Snorlax. I ain't even gonna do it. I'm done. I'm done. If I keep on going down that way, it's gonna be a whole flame session. Ain't no point. Huh? Telescope, I ain't gonna highlight it. I'm saying, look, Telescope. Huh? It's bad. You almost wish there was like one of those brothers that like if y'all seen Rick Ross lately? Have y'all seen Rick Ross? Like, Rick Ross ain't the same Rick Ross that came into the game. Same thing with Jeezy. That's not the same Jeezy that came into the game. You need a brother like that, or some trainer, fitness guru, huh? To do it for the free, right? Just to say you did it, just to be like, hey, you see how fit Brittany Cooper is? That was me. Huh? Yikes. Vegas is, we got to bring back clowning on fat kids like when I was in school. Look, man, these newfangles ain't built for it. These newfangles are not built for it. Huh? Your reader said, big back attack, Balumuccio dodges. Huh? But that's something serious. The black women's weight is it, and I would argue that's really the main reason that they struggle with men in general. Outside of the attitude, we clearly know about the attitude. Oh boy. But even attempting to appeal, okay, fine, black women, even attempting to appeal to non-black men, how you gonna do that when you weigh 20 some odd pounds more than the white women that he encounters on a day-to-day basis? That's how you know that swirling divester stuff is for the birds. You're trying to tell me he gonna overlook the white woman that is tipping the scales a little hefty also, but not as much as you? Huh? That's what we're supposed to believe. And Telescope says, shame and derision do serve a useful purpose, to be honest. As it should. Huh? As it should. Let's address this one. Here you go.
You look happier. Thanks. I stopped dating black men. Let's talk about it. And I've written down some of the comments that I saw underneath the post. No one hates us more than black men. So the white men that lynched us, raped us, ate us, put in literacy tests so that we couldn't vote, etc., they somehow hate us less than black men do? I know you don't even believe that yourself. Black men don't think about settling down until they have 38 baby mamas. If I closed my eyes and didn't look at the profile picture of that person who made that comment, I would assume it was a white dude. Honestly, I feel the same way, and I'm a Latina. White guys are just better. And now y'all got fucking women of other races
joining in on this shit too. Where's my white king? I'm tired of being in the trenches. I avoid dating black men because I don't want to be on welfare. What's wrong with black men? Everything. Y'all sound like skinheads. Y'all sound like neo-Nazi, Aryan, fucking KKK members. If you have preferences, okay, whatever. Like, if you want to date white guys, that's fine. You don't have to sound like a Ku Klux Klan member while you're doing it. Like, you really don't have to. It's just so sad because a lot of this...
Let me address something. Someone in the comments earlier when I played this the first time, someone in the comments said, but don't they? Or something like that. Right? Or, no, actually they do. There's something to be said about that. We know what country we live in. We know what society we live in. I'm not going to be fair, we're not going to say all the white guys, all the white dudes. But to be fair, on the other side, when we factor in America and America's history and what white folks has been on, then no, actually, maybe, yes, no, actually, maybe they do need to sound like neo-Nazis to attract white men, the average white guy, because maybe the average white guy got some neo-Nazi tendencies. Ooh, goddamn, Z, you said that out loud. You're not supposed to say it out loud, Z. Oops. Just saying. And sticking to the weight conversation, no placeholder says a divorced chick at 50 rivals a 33-year-old nowadays. Damn, that's sad. No placeholder. Don't tell me the 33-year-old don't have kids on top of that. Oh no. And thank you for the super chat. Not a 50-year-old divorced woman with 2 and 3 kids being just that have the same shape as the 33-year-old. Oh no. And you're right though. But you're right. And Kanguru, thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for the super chat. And Kanguru says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Kanguru says, Z that ninja. I try. All right. You know who need to be trying though? Women in this damn civil war and getting other women in line for the betterment, I don't know, of the black community, for black women, and of society for all women. Jesus Christ. What's going on, Louis? Red pill sleeper cell in the house. Y'all check out. I should be trying to do a review of that in the next day or two. Y'all check out Louis' channel, Red Pill Sleeper Cell, and check out what he posted from Clubhouse. Listen carefully, because black men are all top of N-words with the hard ER coming from black people. Oh no. Continues. He says, "Bro, they are all broken." I've said this on shout out to the Raj Report on the Raj Report's channel one day. I said they all broken. if y'all remember, I was like, Raj, your mom broken, Mr. Z mom broken, your sister broken, my sister, they all broken. The white women broken, the Latina women broken, the Asian women broken. They all broken. Raj was like, "Hey Z, my mom might be listening." I said, "Raj, shout out to your mom. They're broken, Raj." Oh, Big Mo heard it too. Big Mo said that Rainbow Ninja was out of pocket. You heard them hard ERC he was dropping? Dancing on Dr. Tommy Curry's Misfortune. And shout out to Kunguru. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Talking about Big Mo, and Big Mo says, and thank you for the super chat. He says the only group of women who have a significant increase in BMI compared to their male counterparts dispute rising BMIs all over. I said all over. Sorry, overall. As a matter of fact, let me tie that comment to where did that damn comment go? Okay, and let me tie that to what Cyrus Burke says, and he says, out of curiosity, what are your thoughts on the BMI scale and how it might differ between black people and white people? Body mass index. Okay, I do think there's a difference. I just don't think I don't think it's as serious as certain black folks, black women, make it out to be, so that they can excuse them being morbidly obese. There's no other way to say it. I think that body mass index might be a bit different. I think we might need a better way of reading this. And with that, that still doesn't excuse black women being 20 some odd pounds heavier than your average American woman who's still overweight. So two things, oh boy, Z, not this leftist crap. Two things can be true at the same time. Yes, we might need to judge this a little differently. And also, yes, black women are using that as an excuse to continue to be, and that's still 180 something. We're not talking about the 220s. Z, you flew right over 200 pounds, didn't I? We're not even talking about the 220s. 5'4", walking around at a hefty 220. God forbid 250. Huh? Somebody tell Z he lying. Z not even no fitness guy like that. And Cyrus, thank you for the super chat. Once again, addressing Big Mo also. Significant increase in BMI compared to their male counterparts dispute rising BMI overall. With that, what else are they supposed to say? Big Mo, that's a good. Are black women supposed to be honest and say, you know what, we eat ourselves damn near into a coma? Huh? Our issue is that we eat ourselves damn near into a coma. And there is, I gotta remind Black Uru of this if he's still listening. When Black Uru said Popeyes is doing something, he said magical, supernatural. He said Popeyes is doing something supernatural. That's what he said, I think. And because I was speaking to him about Miss Z went out of town with Sister Z, and she was like, "What's up with y'all and Popeyes?" And Black Uru said, "I'm telling you, they doing something supernatural." And it's funny. It could be true too. With that, the relationship between food and stresses and the attachment to certain type of food, and there, if I recall, when I was younger, we were far more likely to have that. It felt like that conversation, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, especially Xer brothers that are Xers, y'all were old enough to remember. Definitely, any brothers that's in here that's boomers. Didn't it feel like we were starting to have that conversation in the 90s, maybe the early 2000s? What happened? I was a bit young. I was like barely paying attention. And I'm purposely saying didn't it feel, I'm saying feel instead of think because I wasn't so conscious of the conversation, but it felt like we were starting to have that conversation, right? Like the attachment to food and like people's like mental state and using food as kind of this crutch, right? Like food, eating food is particularly at certain times of day or night is kind of this soothing thing, and then it felt like the conversation just kind of like disappeared or dissipated or went away, really. Huh? With Big Mom, I'll tell you the same thing I said to Cyrus. These folks don't want to address it because then they start getting to their feels. then you start opening the whole can of worms of, have you considered maybe this is why you're struggling with men, not even just black men? Have you considered it's not colorism, it's the fact that you weigh 220 goddamn pounds? Have you ever considered that? Have you ever considered it's not your quote unquote African features, your Afrocentric features? It's the fact that you tip in the scale at 210 pounds, 250 pounds. Have you ever considered that? Have you ever considered it's not the European beauty standard? Is that your 5'4", 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", and you tip in the scale at 220, 230? Huh? Have you ever considered that? So yeah, I don't ever expect them folks to address it. I don't ever expect the ladies to address it. White women don't even want to address their weight. You think black women are? Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh? I don't see it. I don't see it. Look, Detroit, what is this? This is not even quintillion. What is this? Shout out to 40. We gonna just say zillion. We just gonna say zillion, quadrillion. What? How many commas is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 commas. Look, I don't know. I don't know what happens after the fifth comma. After really the fourth comma. Really the fifth comma. I don't know what is that after the what? Huh? I remember this, and Terrell says people attach healthy eating to Michelle Obama. While we celebrate her as FLOTUS, the powers that be called her El Gorilla. I remember that, and as such, her efforts were diminished. Yeah, I remember that. Right. I remember her trying to push healthy eating, healthy foods, even trying to get some of the fatty stuff or the sugary, really the sugary stuff out of schools. I remember that. Yeah, I remember. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, Telescope. Telescope says food as a self-medication and a weapon and an excuse to stay out of the game. Yes. Toya spoke to this some months ago. Was it on my channel? Toya spoke to this a while ago. I can't remember how she said it, if I can remember. Where it was almost like, don't see me, see this weight, and using the weight as a shield, going exactly to what you're saying, Telescope. If I remember correctly, Toya, if you anywhere out there in the clouds, you could correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Toya spoke to this a little while ago. So yeah, and it's speaking to what you said right here, Telescope, and an excuse to stay out of the game. Yeah, food as a self-medication and a weapon and an excuse to stay out of the game. Yep. Yep. Right. Detroit says quintillion. Z, it's quintillion. 40 quid. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Wait a minute. Shout out to 40 quintillion pounds. Now we weigh as much as planets. That sound like Jupiter. That's what it sounds like. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the super chat. Right. Oh man. And Cyrus says, listen, Z, and thank you for the super chat. Listen, Z, when the Cashapp debacle came up, Michelle Obama became public enemy #1 at the middle school. Really? Because I remember it being a thing. Like that, I remember following. I didn't know it was that serious, though. And she did, I think it did scar her. Right? And we appreciate, like, let's be fair, let's be honest here. We appreciate not all of this is because of what she was advocating for: fit people, fit women, fit children, better yet. A lot of this happened to be, who the hell is this supposed high sedity Negro yinch, right? Negro yinch telling us what's best for us and our health and our diet. And we're gonna be fair, Black Manosphere, this is what we do. And we're gonna state the facts, let's state the facts. A lot of this had to do with who the hell is this Negro yitch telling us what we should eat and what's best for us. So I could definitely understand how Michelle Obama retreated after that. Huh? Especially like with Cyrus Burke is saying the ketchup thing, I didn't know it was that serious though. Huh? Yeah, I remember this show. Joe says pizza sauce as a vegetable. I thought they said pizza was a vegetable, not the pizza sauce. Huh? I thought they said pizza was a vegetable. Somebody correct Z if I'm wrong. Is it pizza? Is it the pizza or is it the pizza sauce? Huh? And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat. That's quintillion, Z. Shout out to 50 quintillion pounds. I know that you're trying to say pounds. What weighs 50 quintillion pounds in the solar system? Is it the sun or is it Jupiter? Probably more Jupiter than the sun. Both of them are gas giants, though. Both of them are full of hot air. All right. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Detroit. And let me see. I want to make sure because I gotta definitely get to that last super chat from Kanguru, the big old hundo. So I want to make sure that I address everyone's super chat before we get to that. And Kanguru says, and thank you for the big old hundo. Right? We gonna leave that up for a while. And Kanguru says, last one. This space is always undefeated. We talk stats and ATF men can't build off of. I'm trying to see what ATF means. It's been a long day, everyone. Need clarification? I'm gonna leave this up though. But yeah, no, you're right. We do state stats here. I won't ever say it's all logic because it's not. I'm not one of those men that stake a claim on logic. Like women are just full 100% emotion and men are 100% logic because that's not real and that's not true. Right? With that, you can't get anywhere in this conversation. And to be fair to you, not just a man-woman conversation and not just in the Black community. I don't see this society getting anywhere if you can't first grapple with the facts on the ground. Huh? I'm pretty sure somebody go, oh, and okay. Kanguru said and okay. Let's read that. It was a typo. Okay. And Kanguru says last one. This space is always undefeated. We talk stats and men can build stats that men can build off of. I think that's what you meant to say. Salute, Z. Right. And thank you very much for that, Kanguru. Thank you very much for that. And I'm leaving this up for a while. And yet we have to. Right? There is times when you have to put your feelings and your emotions to the side and address the facts on the ground. And what do the numbers say? Right? That's why Mr. Z used to spam this all the time.
Check the statistics.
Right? What do the numbers say? So yeah, we could be in our feels and we can have an inkling about something and you can have your opinion. And that's why y'all notice Mr. Z does not use think and feel interchangeably. Especially not in this space. What you think got to be based on something. How you feel could be, well, just a feeling. Does it have to be based on anything? Does it have to be based on much? Huh? I recall watching Corey one day, Corey Holcomb, and Zoe spoke about a fact-based opinion, and Corey laughed and he was like, "What the hell is that?" And and he kind of struggled, like not like he was dumb and he didn't get it, but it's like that's not anything. And I'm like, yeah, no, fact-based opinion, yeah, that's like saying I don't know, but based off the facts, my opinion is this, compared to just, well, that's my opinion, huh? So yes, that we speak stats and then we go from there, right? We speak about stats and then we go from there. That's what keeps you from engaging in conversation. That's not going to go anywhere. Z, I know you ain't talking. You part of the Black Manosphere and you be addressing these goddamn swindlers and divestors and all these wayward ass black women, and they ain't never going to stop. You're right. With that, huh? With that, when you bring the facts into the room, well, you sound like the therapist brother, huh? You sound like the therapist brother on the Lapeef. Not much pushback. And if there is, it has to be at a high level. That's what happens when you don't adopt a postmodern view of history and of math. And you really, when the conservatives would mock the left and say, what, math is racist? And it's like, oh, wait, somebody actually did say that. No wonder y'all say it. Wait a minute, somebody really did say that. Huh? And so for us not to sound like that, you have to base what you're saying on some type of something, some type of empiricism, some type of facts, some type of, huh? Or it would behoove you, best practices would say that you base what you're saying on something concrete. Huh? Let me address these real quick and I'll highlight that again. And Yurita says, in my Dr. Umar Johnson voice, nah, brother, those ain't calories. That's white supremacy. You need to understand and overstand, brother. Decolonize your mind, brother. No, look. Shout out to you, Yurita. To be honest with you, I don't know if Dr. Umar Johnson would say that. I think that might be one of the ones where he's quiet on. Unless someone has a clip of him addressing this. And I've been watching Dr. Umar Johnson on and off since, I don't know, 2013, 12, 11, 10, something. One of the early teens, definitely before 2015. It's been a while. Like 2012, 11, maybe, something like, maybe 13. It's been a while. Definitely over a decade. We'll say that. It's definitely been over a decade. And I don't ever do I remember him addressing weight, black women's weight, and then saying it like this. Maybe he hasn't addressed black women's weight, but I don't recall him addressing black women's weight and then saying to black men, hey, bro, look, the way you judging it is all type of messed up because you're going off of the white man's science. I don't know if he would say anything. Huh? I don't know if he would say anything. That's actually a good question. I don't know if he would say anything. Huh. And if he did, would he say something like this? Huh. Although I do think that there are black men in the Hotep space and in the pro-black space that would definitely say what you just said here. Once again, in my Dr. Umar Johnson voice, nah, brother, those ain't calories. That's white supremacy. You need to understand and overstand, brother. Decolonize your mind. I don't know if he would say the decolonize your mind part at the end, though. Right? Oh, man. Huh? And let me see. And Inspired Truth says, facts on the ground, boots on the ground, no need to clown. Hysterical, rhyming. And Inspired Truth, I shouted you out the other day because I was checking out your page and I just was thinking to myself, and they say we need to go touch grass. Not congruent. Inspired Truth done been all around the damn country practically. Like I seen the videos of you going to the different concerts, right? Just you out and about. Shout out to Inspired Truth. Inspired Truth, they telling us to go touch grass. Meanwhile, you literally are on fairgrounds touching grass. Huh? The Black Manosphere need to go touch grass. Meanwhile, the entire Black Manosphere is out and about. We all over the place. Passport OG, damn near in another country. Huh? Yeah, so shout out to Inspired Truth. Y'all check out this channel. Huh? There you go. Read that trail hysterical. And Congru says, Tether King, can you talk about how half this landmass wouldn't be possible without Haitians though? Hysterical. Yeah, the Louisiana Purchase, right? Which goes all the way up to Chicago. Well, went all the way up to, was it all of Michigan and whatnot part of that? Or am I off by a little bit? By a lot of bit. But yeah, the Louisiana Purchase, which what damn near double the size of the U.S. at the time. Yeah, right. So, but super short history. Because of the war Napoleon was waging against the Haitians, trying to subdue them, it cost a lot of resources because the Haitians were holding off the French. It bankrupted, or nearly bankrupted the French. And so that is what helped to cause the Louisiana Purchase, which doubled the size of the U.S. and gave them access, if I'm not mistaken, to the Mississippi, right? To the Mississippi River. And so, yeah, there you go. So if you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know. Yes, good guru. There you go. And this concludes Mr. Z's short history lesson, right, of how the U.S. came to be the U.S. And Detroit says, actually, Illinois is close to Michigan in Indiana. So that's where the line was. Right. And Trell says Minnesota, I thought. Okay, so that's as far as the line was west. Minnesota, okay. I was off though. I was off. Oh, no, I was off by like a state or two. That's a lot, right? And let me see. I feel like I missed somebody's comment. Did I miss anybody's comment? No, we're good. We're good. Oh, Hitflix says it went all the way to Montana and into Canada. I did not know that. So that I didn't know. And like I said, when I was addressing Sarge Willie Pete, I'm not gonna rehash it too long. Give Z about let's do 5 minutes max. Y'all start counting. Like I said when I addressed it, everyone knows I'm Haitian descent. I've made no bones about it. I've not tried to hide that, and I understand clearly the frustration. I've embodied it. Rod's channel got taken down too many times because there was one time I did a really good job about explaining the sentiment of black women. I embodied unfortunately, I don't suggest y'all do it. Of black women and why they have such a negative visceral response to black men and non-black women. I did such a good job. Shout out to Black Uru. Black Uru was like, goddamn, right? So, um, speaking to that, I appreciate the delineation, right? And I don't know how often I've said it online, but I've definitely said it offline, which is you can't have the Haitian flag in your bio, a Jamaican flag in your bio, Nigerian flag in your bio, Ethiopian flag in your bio, South African flag in your bio, right? Trinidadian flag in your bio, USVI flag in your bio. And if the ADOS or FBA brothers want to have the US flag in their bio, they can't, right? And that's my another way of saying you can't claim your tribe and then expect others not to claim their tribe. How the hell is this supposed to work? So everybody get to claim their tribe, but ADOS FBA have to be shame about their tribe, right? So yeah, for me, I think it's not up for me to say where that line is. Um, I will say being a student of history is very, very important and paramount. Appreciating the events that were transpiring in the 50s, definitely in the 60s and early 70s that allowed for ADOS and FBA to take advantage and push through civil rights legislation and to change the discourse concerning black-white relations and the hierarchy in this society is very important. So when we speak as if the push for ADOS FBA liberation exists in a vacuum, I don't think that's wise. I think it actually does ADOS FBA a grave disservice. That's the most I'll say about that. These things don't exist in a vacuum. Continuing. I think I did that. Got that out in less than 5 minutes. There you go. Right. And Eurytus says, don't forget Liberian Independence Day is July 26th. I'm messing with okay, okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. LACOSC and getting my jollof rice, cola, and consomme leaf Turborge. Mr. Z is over here slipping and flipping, stumbling and fumbling, right? But yeah, Liberian independence is July 26th. First, I didn't know that. And you said you get your jollof rice, right? So you're at a Nigerian restaurant right now? Are Nigerians the only one that make jollof rice? And are there certain tribes? Because I've had jollof rice, but I've never asked this though. Are Nigerians the only ones that make jollof rice? And are there tribes in Nigeria that do not make jollof rice? Right? I've never asked that before. And there you go. Let me make sure, because I'll see. And Kanguru says, I tricked my ass off on Z. This is starting to sound a little homoerotic, Kanguru. Kanguru says, I tricked my ass off on Z. Kanguru said, I threw dollars at Z. First it was YouTube telling me that I was on the stroll. Now Kanguru trying to put me on the stroll. I ain't going, Kanguru. Huh? Throwing quarters and dollars. Hey, you imagine You get stomped out in South Florida if you threw a quarter at one of these strippers, though. They're gonna stomp your ass out. I don't suggest it. Uh, okay, and Starman says Ghanaians make it too, so jollof rice. Okay. Everyone in West Africa make jollof rice. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, Eurytus. And Kanguru says, I'm Jamaican and Guyanese, but I'm Black American all day. And yeah, I mean, there's something to be said. We already hear the cops can't really tell the difference. Yeah, no, it depends. If you definitely have a West African tribal name, yeah, they could tell the difference by the name. But like just visually, usually no, right? In South Florida, if your last name is Jean Baptiste, huh? Definitely, right? If you call your mom in front of the cops and she doesn't call you Roger, she called you Roger. Yep. Right. So yeah, but yeah, no, it's if you're not part of the Black diaspora or you're not affiliated, you don't have Black friends like that. Do you know the difference? Maybe not. Right. But yeah, no, I'm Black all day also, but there is a delineation. I think with ADOS and FBA, particularly ADOS. Let's address that first. ADOS was really trying to make a reparations claim, and use wealth and the projection, like by 2053, Black wealth will be zero. And remember, that was projected before COVID. So I definitely appreciate that. Tariq Nasheed and FBA made it a bit more cultural, right? Of a delineation, which I understand also. Once again, you can't have other folks being tribal, um, and repping, you know, their country of origin or their parents' country of origin, or even maybe even their grandparents' country of origin, while also saying to ADOS FBA, yeah, but you can do too much blood on, too much blood on the U.S. hands. It's like, yeah, but that ain't exactly what the majority of Black folks are talking about when they rep it, though. Right? So, yeah, no, it's Black all day. It's Black all day. I just, I can appreciate where, or better yet, why there's a delineation, right? Now, with that, when you have, give or take, some odd million Black folks, and that's not even with the delineation, and then all the rest are non-Black, and to many of them, you're just one big Negro. And better see, to the vast majority of them, you're just one big Negro. Yeah, definitely is Black all day. It's definitely Black all day when you factor that in, right? Trail says Z on the blade. Kaguru trying to put Z on the blade. On the stroll. Kaguru says Z make me my money. That is how they pronounce it though. And Starman says not LeBron James, LeBron James. I can't get it out right now. I cannot turn on my Haitian accent right now. My apologies, Starman. I'm gonna try to follow. I'm gonna try to get this out. Let me see. Because I said it right in my mind and I did not pronounce it the right way. I'm trying to channel Papa Z right now. Because Mama Z could pronounce it. LeBron. I can't do it. I cannot right now. Starman, but for real. There is a double Nations pronounce LeBron James. Hysterical. The fact that you know, because it's true. Hopefully, okay. It looks like I'm Borging. I could tell from this thing right here. Give me a second, yo. Just a second. Okay, hopefully I'm not Borging too much. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. We ain't not gonna hit 2 hours. Look, it's 1 hour. I'm 1 hour 55 minutes and 30 seconds. We're gonna wrap it up. So on that, I wanted to just address the Civil War. Is it really a civil war? Is there going to be some change overnight? No, but we do see, talking about outliers. I see the outliers are doing too much talking. I see these folks as being the initial outliers. I do think there's going to be a trickle. I don't know when there's going to be a flood. I think they're sensing the environment, and I just think women are tired of seeing other women drag their name through the mud in front of other women and definitely men, particularly in the Black community. Right? I think these were the silent. Ooh, is Z gonna go far enough to say silent majority? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But the silent minority will say, right? The silent minority, and they're tired, and so yeah. So maybe Shay Sade and Toya them have some recruits, right? So you have women, right? Who the fact that I highlighted Trail's comment again, but yeah, you have women who they're just tired, and they're calling out the BS. Notice it's a dark-skinned Black woman calling out the BS. You have the Latina calling out the BS. Huh? You have what looks to be a white woman, but she looked like she could be maybe Middle Eastern descent, calling out the BS. That's the young lady that spoke about princess treatment. Huh? You got an Asian woman calling out Asian women's BS when it comes to white dudes. Oops. Huh? You have another Black woman who straight up told you she was at a rooftop bar club thing, and she had to address a Black woman who's on the rah, these men ain't ish. You know she been Black men, right? So yeah. And Charles, once again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Kangaroo got me out here on the stroll. Huh? Does Wayne Brady have to? Right. So on that note, y'all, look, we're almost there. 2 minutes. Nope. So we'll pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. The silent plurality. Say that, Trill. Exactly. I won't give it the majority. I'm not gonna go that far. Right. Joe, that really is how the folks pronounce it. That's really how Haitians pronounce it. The W in there somewhere. Charles said car talk. Look, I'm gonna end up before the 2 hour mark. I promise you. But yeah. So we'll pause right there. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God, and truly watch how women are starting to approach other women and address other women concerning this man's talk. Right? I say I'm looking at the seconds. Don't worry about it. We're gonna end on right on out. So y'all have a great rest of y'all night, and Mr. Z out.